I bring you a piece of history brought to you by the most miserable man on the internet and the perfect guest that isn't Trump.
Hey, see this old-timey picture of people voting? That's actually folks voting back in 1924 in Arizona. They had their act together back then as far as voting in Arizona. They knew.
By the way, that's on a native reservation.
By nighttime that Calvin Coolidge had won the election in Arizona and beyond.
Yeah, because they threw out a bunch of boxes from areas where Coolidge wouldn't win.
Beyond, by the way, I believe.
Well, yeah, why don't we go back to how they used to count votes in Chicago in the 30s then? How about that, dummy?
Anyway, here we are today. Election day was Tuesday, and they're still counting ballots. The system is, well, it seems to me like it's screwed up.
Well, hey, Republicans are running the place.
Kari Lake has been sounding the alarm
about how votes are being counted in an IKEA of all places.
About election problems for a long time now.
Yeah, there she is. Thank you for showing her face before showing yours.
She is a Republican nominee, and in my opinion, should have had this thing locked up 2 days ago. If there was a God, system was honest. And
hey, I got looking right at her. Hey, all right.
Anyway, Kari Lake, welcome back.
Thanks for being here. I would love to. I'd ride a bus with you anytime.
Congratulations.
By the way, he loves her because to him, I was about to say she's Trump with tits, but that already happened. So she's like, Trump in woman form. It's his dream date.
Looks like you're going to be successful, but I don't know. You tell me what's going on out there.
What happened?
Oh, you know what? We do have it locked up. They just haven't counted the votes. We had a record. We actually shocked the system.
Yeah, you overwhelmed the algorithm. I heard that from Mike Pillow.
A record number of Arizonans showed up to hand deliver their mail-in ballot on Election Day.
Yeah, but that resulted in Mark Kelly trouncing Masters.
50% increase from even 2020. And these are people who had a mail-in ballot, but they didn't trust the system enough to put it in a drop box or a...
Yes, they're I think we locked up the paranoid sociopath vote, like the lunatic Qs that, we locked down one particular demographic, which was people who voted on Election Day at a drop box while dressed as one of the Spy versus Spy characters.
Mailbox. They walked it in, and we have, I'm going to look at my notes here.
Wait, they stir-fried their ballots? I think that's terrible. You're going to end up counting it, the wrong one. By the way, I just want to say you're, real pretty, and I think you're going to win. If I could count, I would count your ballots right now. Don't leave me for that Greg Kelly feller.
401,000 of those ballots to count.
Oh my God, that's so weird because I was in Troop 401 when I was in Boy Scouts. What are the odds? It's like kismet. How you doing? Have you any interest in perhaps going to a fish fry with me? Not, it's like that old joke. Hey, we're going to have a party at the house. You're welcome to come over. And the guy says, what's going to happen at the party? And he goes, well, there's going to be some drinking, there's going to be some fighting, there's going to be some fucking, it's going to be quite a party. And the guy goes, wow, that sounds crazy. What time should I get there? He goes, anytime you want, just me and you.
They haven't counted a single one.
No, how did they know there's 401,000 of them then?
Ballots that they've been counting are a lot of the ballots so far from Democrat heavy.
Look at them. They ain't even counting shit. They're just sitting there playing fucking Minesweeper.
Areas, but not a single election.
Oh, that's a sketchy place. That's scary, man. Look at the darkness behind that door. I would not go through that door. Elections department, that's a trap door. Don't do it. Don't go there.
Day early ballot has been counted, and when they...
Oh, that's a good point. Hold on one second. If I may, there's some people saying in here they've made an important point that apparently there's a mistake that sometimes people will make where they do this thing where they wear like green on, you know, on national television, and people are like, that seems to be a mistake. And I agree. I like her outfit, though. It's got kind of a muted color to it.
They start counting those, Greg, we believe we're going to see them go to us anywhere from 60 to 80% going in our favor.
Yeah, where did you get, I'm no math whiz, but just doing the math in my head, that is a statistical impossibility.
And we are going to win and win handily. And the other...
Well, then, if you have to have 60 to 80% to win, you're not going to win handily. That's a squeaker. And believe me, I know a squeaker when I make one.
The good news is we believe that Blake...
Look at him printing ballots right there, just fresh Biden. That's what they doing. They just make it. Look at that. That's terrible. Look at that. They even showing it on camera. They just fucking printing ballots. All just Biden, like that. How you ever supposed to fucking win if they just printing Biden ballots?
Masters will win.
Look, you can smell the panda jizz on those. Those are all the way from China.
When they start counting these.
Oh, when they count them, boy, they can count you in, but they can't count you out. You know what I'm saying? Holy smokes. Boy, by the way, I love the all-over wraparound print. I think it's a wise choice, looks-wise.
Abe Hamaday.
By the way, are you currently at a frame store? Are you? Because there's like a segment, if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond in the back, where you can bring in like, like your Trump University diploma. I got 4 of them. They make about as good outhouse wallpaper as you ever seen.
And even Mark Fincham, and it will...
Not even Mark Fincham? Holy the bass player for Three Dog Night on the reunion tour after all the original members were dead? That Mark Fincham? I love that guy. Okay.
Will be a sweep.
Well,
when they count them...
Oh, believe me, they can count them in, but do not count them out. Let me tell you right now.
That is the big question.
That is the big question. Also, why are we here? Who am I? Letting the days go by and the water doopy-doo. I let once in a lifetime. Why is she not my beautiful wife? Why is she not in my beautiful outhouse?
So many in the system, they can't keep up.
So,
I can't keep up, boy.
I've been rooting for you, of course.
Yes, and by rooting, he means hiding in your bushes with binoculars.
I've been open about that, but what is there...
Yes, he has been very open about that. When the police come over and go, "Excuse me, sir, are you shitting in those bushes or are you up to no good?"
Excuse.
And he goes, both.
I mean, and how do they... This, I think, complicates their defense of 2020 being no problem there.
You couldn't talk about 2020. Remember, that was forbidden. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, you're only allowed to talk about if you have perfect vision by saying I'm wearing contacts.
And I've been talking about it.
Boy, I know that's true. You have been talking about it, dooby-dooby-doo. Hey, come on now.
Canceled me. They've called me names, but
Who called you names? What'd they call you? Huh? They didn't call you Scary Lake, did they? Did they call you Karen Lake? Oh, those bastards. Did they call you Kari Lake water? Nope, they didn't. How about Kari Snake? Did anybody call you Kari Snake? Oh. That's terrible that anybody would even think those things up off the top of their head.
I was trying to, sound the alarm. We have to reform our elections.
Right. If she wins, you know it was fixed. Wait.
What happened is in Florida, they have a deadline when you can hand in your early ballot. And that way they have time to count them. We don't have.
So there's no deadline. So you can vote after the election? Wait a minute. How the fuck you call it an early vote if it's late? That's amazing. Like, do words mean anything anymore? Son of a bitch.
That deadline. And so we had a lot of ballots show up on election day because there is so much.
What? You had ballots. People were filling out ballots on election day. People voted on what kind of crazy shit is it? How is this even hold on. Hello. Yeah, but America, shut the fuck up, Cletus, and just put me through. Put me through to, no, your phone works, so just call the Mariposa, I think that's how you say it, Mariposa, Arizona Board of Election Board, some sort of plank or something that runs the, but yeah, call them, and then put your receiver up to my receiver, and put them into top end. Don't fuck around and make me talk into myself again. Thank you. Yeah, I'll hold. Shut the fuck up. You ain't one second. Hold on, folks. I'll be right with you in a second. I'm calling the Mariposa. Hello. Hey, is this the chairman of vote stealing in Maricopa? Yeah, I'm an angered constituent. What county am I in? I'm in Arizona. I'm in Eastern Kentucky County. It's a small one down near Moosa, Arizona. Look, I got to tell you this. I hear tell there's a bunch of listen. Here, settle down. Here, stop yelling at me. Let me just take it. Okay. I hear tell there's a bunch of shenanigans going on at some of these voter counting places, and specifically, they are in Republican-controlled areas. That's right. What is going on that the Republicans seem to be in charge of all the areas where the count is going slow, and why can't they choose? Why can't they? How come Republicans count so slow? Well, the Democrats are done counting already. They get their cheating done early. I'm just saying we can't speed up our cheat. No. How did I vote? I voted for Kari Lake. For senator, I voted for Master Ganga. I forgot. It was a long word. I think it started with an R or an M or was there anybody on the ballot that started with a W? I may have had it upside. Sometimes I vote upside down. Hello? Cletus. Hey, Cletus, you dumb son of a bitch. Did you break I just heard a toilet flush. Did it slip off the thing? God damn it, I'm talking into the tub again. But I'll call you back. This is a shame. This is a shame and a sham. It's a shammy shame. I'm just disgusted by this whole thing. I'm sorry y'all had to witness that, but sometimes the truth will not wait.
So much distrust in the system, and you can't.
That's right. I don't trust the system.
Blame people.
System sounds terrible. It sounds like an Indian in an old John Wayne movie trying to say cyst.
And because of that, it's going to take longer to count these ballots. But
believe me, you do not have to sell me on the idea that counting things takes a long time.
They will count them, and we will be victorious. And when we get in first,
victorious, victorious. Oh yeah, come on.
Stay in office. I'm going to get the legislature busy, especially.
Get busy with wait a minute. First, you're gonna get busy with the legislature? Is it too late for me to run for a spot in the legislature? Just because I'm looking for a little bit of, come on.
Session to begin reforming our elections so we don't have this nonsense anymore. So
wait a minute. Now, you're gonna have to slow this down because I might not be the sharpest tool left out of the shed in the rain to rust, but if you got elected and the election was not trustworthy, does that mean you cheated, or people cheated on your behalf? Or do you have to step down to prove that what you're saying about the election was true? Do you have to lose to prove it was stolen? Or if you win a stolen election, how do you not? I'm starting to get. You ever see them spots that look like them? They look like water bugs. You ever have that happen? And then there's like a vignette effect. That ever happened to y'all? Man, I feel like I ain't even been drinking, and I feel it. This is good. That's the great thing about listening to Kari Lake. It's like drinking half a jug of shine. I save myself a half a jug of shine every time I listen to this woman speak. I swear to God, I think this woman is the fourth step. Well, I think fourth step is find something else to drink.
So the whole world isn't looking at Arizona and saying, when are you going to have your results?
Look, I'm just going to say that I have spent a decent amount of time in Arizona, and I'm not going to stick around to see what the results are. Let me tell you what, if the rabbit dies, I'm fucking out of there.
So we understand the balance of power, and we know exactly who won on election day.
Well, you won't. If the elections aren't trustworthy, then how the fuck do you know who won even if you won? Stop me if I'm, I'm confused very easily, but I think I've got this one together.
Just a couple of hours ago, we have this Maricopa election official saying...
I just want to throw up in my mouth when you say that. I do that anyway sometimes. It's the way I conserve food. I learned it from a camel.
Well, let's take a look and evaluate.
Oh, so you got a clip.
It's our obligation, and it is their privilege as a voter to have us do this right. They deserve that. That's what this is about. This election is actually about the voters of Maricopa County. It's not about the candidates, and it's not about us.
That's right. It ain't about you, Kari Lake. It ain't about you, Greg Kelly. I don't know where the fuck. I think he lives in New York or something.
All right, that sounds a little platitudinous and obvious.
Platitudinous? I've never seen one of those things before. I'd love to or whatever. I understand they have bills and claws and a beaver's tail and lay eggs.
I don't know. I don't know who to trust anymore. And your opponent is basically in charge of the mechanics of the election.
Wait, they have mechanics and nobody asked me to help?
She's in charge of part of it. Yeah, she'll be the one that has to certify it. And
yeah, she ain't. So, okay, so she's got to sign off on it. But even if she loses, that's true? Huh. Okay.
That she should have recused herself. Obviously, it's unethical.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny? I think she should, if she loses, she should take a page out of your book and go, if she loses, then she recuses. Just refuse to sign. That's right. What's good for the goose is good for the shit through it. Yeah.
Ethical for her to remain in there, but she didn't. We figured that she wouldn't because she's an unethical person, and it didn't shock us at all.
Well, maybe plug it in. Maybe your batteries are just low.
The problem is, and my beef with Maricopa County is, we know that because of the laws the way they are, people can hand in their mail-in ballot right up until the last second.
You mean on voting day? They can. You're saying that in Maricopa County, people can vote on voting day. How do we stop that?
They need to be staffed for that, and they aren't staffed.
I feel staffed
for that. And so you have to work within the rules and laws that you have, and they need to rush this. They should be working around the clock.
What clock is that?
Counting ballots. We need to know who's going to be in position of power when it comes to Senate and Congress.
Oh, believe me, I know what the position of power is. Let me tell you, whatever. It's usually I find myself having to grab one leg and just get it's a thing I learned watching a Prince video.
Congress, and we need to know who our elected officials are going to be.
Well, you don't get sworn in till January, so you got some time. I mean, it's not like it's going to be a bum rush. And by the way, it's probably going to be her, so she's already got everybody in the office. She's not going to have to hire anybody.
Actually, what we're going to do is take that problem away from them. We will reform the elections, working with the legislature.
And guarantee that you never have to have another election ever again. Good. Okay.
I will sign meaningful election integrity legislation
like what?
into law, and I
like what?
can tell the people of Arizona tonight, when I am governor, we will never have an election run like this again.
You mean free and fair?
Every voter, Democrat, Independent, Republican, will go to bed on election night knowing their one legal vote counted and knowing who the winner is and trusting.
So you're going to hire as many people to count votes as there are people in the state. Brilliant. What a great use of state resources.
In the results of the election.
When is Inauguration Day?
Yeah. How much time do you have till Inauguration Day?
It's, I think, a week after I believe Inauguration Day is a week after taking the oath of office, and I believe the oath of office is January 2nd.
January 2nd. And you're going to
So add 7 days by January 9th, if my estimation is right.
Right.
So with all of the electioneering that still has to be done, are you at all keeping one eye on the transition? I know some folks don't like to do that. It's potentially a jinx. But are you...
Yeah, it does anger the Lord.
Are you making any moves for the...
Oh, I'm making some
eventuality
moves.
You do become governor?
Yes. I'm not going to let the ineptitude of our elections officials and their slow and very slow counting of ballots slow us down, because we...
No, absolutely. She's plenty slow enough. You got plenty of slow things. Don't let their slowness affect your slowness.
have a lot to accomplish. We have a big agenda.
By the way, it might just be me, but I feel like we could probably enjoy her at a higher speed, maybe even.
And a bold agenda to secure our border, restore safety, stop the fentanyl crisis, and work to restore faith and honesty in our elections. So we've already been pulling a team together, holding meetings, and we will not slow down. We are 100% confident that we win, and I will be the governor of Arizona. We have to...
Oh, my God. That's like, I felt like I was getting sprayed in the face with a America First hose.
Get through the next few days of counting. Let them count the ballots. The inevitable is going to come.
So...
oh, believe me, I know the inevitable.
As we wrap up, I am no SNL fan. It's stopping.
Okay, SNL is terrible. Hold on, slow down, because... you can only understand him at semi-normal speed.
Funny a long time ago. However, whoever played you, I think it was last Saturday night,
gave him a chubby.
Fairly good job. And I thought I mean, did you see it? Did you get a kick out of it?
Were you happy to be mocked so vociferously?
I did see it. My team told me I made SNL. I thought, wow, I must have arrived. But then I watched the skit, and I was waiting to laugh, and it was like, oh, man, they forgot. The woke mob has killed comedy.
That's true. I've never, honest to God, since all this shit started, there's like nothing funny about what's going on like, especially like online. Like, it's really pitiful. Like, it's like the left have lost like all sense of humor. The Democrats don't even know how to have fun anymore. Know what I'm saying? They don't know how to party, but not like I do. Come on now. Let's all do it. Let's go. I'm sorry I missed. This is weird, though. I'm sorry I missed that SNL episode, but right now, I feel like I'm getting double Lake right now. Come on now. I feel like I'm getting, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you get a slice of pimento loaf, and sometimes you get a slice of just plain old bologna. You slap two of them together, though, and it kind of equals out.
Still rather watch like old episodes of the Johnny Carson show. It's way more funny.
That's true.
It is way more funny. I often say that phrase, way more funny. I was like, hey, Cletus, you're way more funny than the people who aren't funny.
That's true.
It was an honor.
You're right. It was not that funny, but she kind of got some of the mannerisms. And anyway, this comes with the territory. And
you're grossing me out, dude. He's like, I was, if you look at you from your bushes using binoculars, she looked kind of like you. It's funny. Like, while I was watching SNL, I just put up my hands like this on my face, and it was like my regular weekend. It was so good.
I do think you should be flattered. Well, Kari Lake, good luck. Hey, we might know more very shortly, correct?
Soon. Right. The dribs and drabs are coming out. And
yeah, dribs and drabs. I voted for drib in this election. Some of my friends voted for drab.
We're expecting the Democrats to gain a little bit tonight because of the...
Yeah, because there's more of them.
Ballots are coming from, these were mail-in ballots that came in very early, which pushes a little more Democrat. Even though we're doing well on some of these drops, we're expecting much better news in the next day and a half We shall see. Depends on how fast they can count these ballots.
Yeah, I think they need to count them a lot faster.
But we feel absolutely confident. We have a movement. The people of Arizona know that we won, and we know we won based on our war room.
I know you won. You're gonna. She's always a winner to me. You can watch her in Arizona running for governor. You can hide in her bushes if like Greg Kelly, you love her. You can watch her wear green, even though it's a mistake on TV. You know that she likes you, but she's really in love with me.
Which is filled with the smartest minds and
I feel seen.
Statistics and elections, etc. And by the way, we have 60 attorneys on the ground, and we're watching.
Wow, 60 attorneys. That's expensive. What do you call 60 attorneys at the bottom of the ocean? A good start.
Watching everyone like a hawk out there.
Why don't you have them watch them like attorneys? Honestly, they'd probably do you more good if attorneys looked at people like attorneys instead of like going, that person looks like a field mouse. Yummy.
So we're on it.
Sorry, last thing. You know,
leave her alone. Okay, stop trying to hog her.
There are a lot of rhinos out there who is.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, get after these other. I mean, you can attack the Democrats all you want to, but I'm only happy when you are taking a big shit on Republicans.
Trying to cancel President Trump.
Oh my God, no.
Trying to blame disappointing midterms all on him.
How dare they? Is that true? Oh my God, where's my lighter?
I don't buy that. He still has.
Well, I don't buy that either. I think it's not that. I want to know who's selling it. Okay.
My support and a big future. Where do you come down on that?
Let me see. I'm gonna go with she loves him, and his farts smell like fresh baked bread.
I believe he's going to get a win with me and Blake, and I even think Mark Finchem will pull out a win. Abe Hamaday, he's going to have.
No, I think Mark Finchem, if he pulls out anything, it'll be like Lauren Boebert's wife, her husband at a fucking bowling alley.
A great victory here in Arizona. President Trump is the leader of the Republican Party.
That's like being the leader of the Donner Party. Like, fuck, man. How much more are we going to walk in this direction? There was water back there.
I fully support him. I've heard rumblings that he might throw his hat in to run in 2024.
But as long as the wind isn't blowing.
I've already said we need him more than ever to undo some of the damage.
Well, we never needed him. So now we need him more than ever. 10 times 0 is 0.
Which Joe Biden has done. Nobody can fix the problems like President Trump can. He's already proved.
You mean by leaving them unfixed? I think it's brilliant. By the way, this is probably one of the greatest pictures he's ever taken. I'm so glad they used it. Because while his head looks like it's got fiberglass on it, and it looks smaller than normal, and his jowls are kind of out of control, his nunt is less, he's like loosened his nunt, so it just looks like two separate rooster gizzards on either side as opposed to being pushed together like some naughty picture.
Proven that once. I fully support him and would fully endorse him if he did that. And we shall see.
Well, here's hoping this race turns out exactly like it looks like it's going to turn out so that you have a lot of free time to endorse him.
I'm excited. I would love to see President Trump do well. Fact of the matter is we have a lot of great Republicans out there.
Yeah, we don't need him. Fuck him.
Got great Republican governors.
You're not one of them yet, but God willing.
We have great President Trump, and
we have great President Trump. You already mentioned him. All right.
And we're in good shape. I see us leading the charge to restore America to its glory days for the next several decades. That's how confident.
Yes. Donald Trump. Trump 3037.
I am in this Republican Party.
Very exciting. Kari Lake, thank you very much. To be continued, and good luck.
And by to be continued, you mean you're going to fucking show up in her bushes. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide.